Hey there, today I'm going to go through the LeetCode problem number 22, generate the parentheses. So the question is that giving n pairs of parentheses, write a function to generate all the combination. Okay, the keyword over here, combination, and of where formed parentheses. And another keyword is a where format. Okay, for the first keyword combination things, we can easily think about something, right? Backtracking. If we want to do all the things, one things, combination things, etc., we should think about think of the backtracking. I think so. I'm not sure. It's for me. I don't want to misleading you guys. Okay, and for this example, the input is a 3 and the output is a 5. Where format parentheses. Okay. So the second question is that how could we figure out the where formed parentheses? So I don't know neither. So let's go through example together. So if we first generate a right parentheses, apparently no matter what things we follow the first right parentheses, we already know it's not correct, right? Because at the first step it's already wrong, right? So if it's wrong, what's remaining left parentheses is the 3, and the remaining number of right parentheses is a 2, right? This is the wrong. And if we do another example, we got the left, right. So we can easily know this is correct. Oh. We can do this one. This one is correct, right? But if we do the left, right, and way over here, we do right one more time. So we don't have to go through it because we already know this parentheses can never be the where formed parentheses things. Oh God. And the remaining of the left number of parentheses is 2, and the remaining right number of parentheses is 1. So this is the wrong things. So we can easily get a room is that if the remaining number of left parentheses is bigger than the remaining number of right parentheses, we can is bigger. This means what we generate over here, the current string, the current parentheses we generate is wrong. So for the backtracking, for me, I literally have a 3 hint for it. So the first one is construct the candidates. What's this mean? This means is for each backtracking, you need to construct your own candidates for the next backtracking things. And there are conditions. The second condition is that it's a solution. So for this question, how should we know this is a solution? The solution is that if the number of the left parentheses is equal to 0, and the number of right parentheses is also equal to 0, this means, okay, we use all of the parentheses. This means we got the solution. We need to add it into our result. So this is a solution. And okay, the last step we added to our result is the third step. Do something about the solution. We added to our results. So let's go through an example first. The example over here, we have number of left is 3, and the number of right parentheses is also equal to 3. So for the first one, we just add it into our string, right? The left. And I added one more left. Okay, for my left over here, every time I add it to my after I use all of my left parentheses, I use the right parentheses. I use my right parentheses, and over here the right parentheses. The solution over here, because in this step we got the remaining the left parenthesis 0 and the remaining right parenthesis also 0. So we added to the result, and I return to the last step. And for my last step over here, because every time I can add my left parenthesis or the right parentheses, right? I have two choices: add left or add right. But the precondition of this two choice is that my remaining, if once the remaining number of left parentheses is bigger than my right remaining parentheses, we need to return, right? This is a precondition for my backtracking date. For the rule to generate the well-formed parentheses. And since we already got one solution, so we come back over here. Over here, our left remaining is 0, and the right remaining parentheses is 3. Okay, over here we can add the left or right? The last step is that we add a left parenthesis. Over here we add the right parenthesis. So the remaining of our parentheses for left and right is 1 and 2. Okay, so we repeat the things we did before. We can add left, and when the left is the remaining is 0, over here it's 0, so this means we cannot add the left things. We need to add the right things for the next step in the backtracking. So here is 0, 1, and the last step we got 0, 0. Okay, so this is our second solution. We add it into our result list. And for this one, we can either add the left parentheses and right parentheses, right? And for the second one, we can add the right parentheses. That means what's remaining for us for the is one left parentheses and one right parentheses. When we keep doing the things over here is 0, 1. Over here it's a 0, 0. Since it's a 0, 0, 0, 0, so we can add it to our results. And for over here, just repeat the things we did before. And right, there have one more example I want to go through is that for this one we can either add the left or add the right, but if we add the right over here, the remaining for the left is 2, and the remaining for the right parenthesis is 1. Over here, it apparently violates the rule we mentioned before, right? If the remaining number of left parentheses is bigger than the right, this means it cannot be the where formed parentheses part, so we just simply return it. And if this one is kind of not so easy to understand, so we do the first call over here. We know the first call, we can, for the first step, we can always choose left and right, right? If we choose right parentheses as the first step, we already know it cannot be right, so we just returned it. And for this step, what we remaining parentheses for left is 3 and 2. This means the left is bigger than the right, so we just returned it directly. Okay. And right, this is the things, the debug code for me to tracking the every recursion codes happened. I think this is easier for me to understand, and that's it. Right, and I don't think this is a question for me to to say it very clearly. So I hope it can help you. Okay, I will show my code over here. The code is very easy. And over here you can say this is the rule we defined together. If the remaining left parenthesis is bigger than remaining right parenthesis, we just return. And for this one is backtracking is the solution. This way, if it's a solution, we add the current string to our result. Okay, and if the left is bigger than 0, we do the backtracking. And backtracking over here, the left -1 or the right -1. These are all the steps for the construct candidate for the next iteration, another iteration, recursion things or backtracking things. Yeah, this is what I'm understand for this problem. So okay, that's it. That's the question for today. Thank you, guys.